man that can't be beat. They're the pride of Cloverdale, the Colts in blue, skating fast, hitting hard, breaking through. Battles in the corner, busting across the line, picking top corners, making saves so fine. Jackson A crashing that crease. When he's on the ice, it's a red light feast. Orson's up high, ripping the point shot. Richards in front, tipping from the slot. The ice shakes, get out of your seat. Tyler weaving through the zone, what a feat. They're the pride of Cloverdale, the Colts in blue, skating fast, hitting hard, breaking through. Battles in the corner, busting across the line, picking top corners, making saves so fine. Port Moody trembles with fear, Richmond hides when the Colts are near. Abbotsford turns and runs away, afraid what will happen if they stay. The Colts battle hard to defend their space as Mitchell tries to block a shot with his face. They're the pride of Cloverdale, the Colts in blue, skating fast, hitting hard, breaking through. Battles in the corner, busting across the line, picking top corners, making saves so fine. Making saves so fine.
We are back with more Cloverdale Colts highlights, and today an important road game against the Ridge Meadows Rustlers team. This took place on December 11th in Maple Ridge, and this is an important game because the last time the Colts played the Rustlers, that was the first game of the regular season, and the Colts were beaten at home 8-0 that night. So they will have vengeance on their mind here today. But they're going to have to enact that vengeance with a depleted defense core. Linden remains out with his knee injury, although close to return, taking the warm-up here today. You may see him out there on the ice. They're also down Wes on defense, so they're down to 4 defense. All 12 forwards are here today. Jackson will play on defense in this game to help cover the shortfall on D. Nate's going to get the start in this one, and let's make one note about the Ridge lineup. They have 5 call-ups playing for them today, as they have 3 suspensions. And they're also without their suspended head coach. Let's head to the first period. We're going to start this one off with Ridge on the attack. It's a 3-on-3 that's becoming a 3-on-4, but it ends up being a chance to the right, and that player has some space on the blocker side, just misses the net with the shot. Puck gets put down low behind the net, and it's eventually going to end up on that player in front stick who shovels it up, gets a good shot off, but Nate is there to block it, knock it down, and make the save. Next, we see a puck skip past the Ridge defender. Then Seth blasts down the right side. He's got Leo with him on the left. He's going to hold on to it, come in on the net, sweep a shot onto the goal, but it's saved and covered up. As Tyler carries this through the neutral zone, watch Arjun on the left side. He's coming around that player who gets a stick up high into the head area. It wasn't a very hard blow, but the stick, I guess, did come up. And because it was intentional, the referee is going to give 4 minutes for that. So a 4-minute power play here for the Colts. Excellent opportunity to open the scoring. Here's the point shot by Bryson and tipped just wide in front there by Seth. The power play has expired now, but the Colts still have the puck in the offensive zone. Leo's going to end up with it here behind the net. He's going to dish it softly out to Noah, who sweeps it over to Seth, who tries to deflect it, and then the rebound is sitting there, and he slides that home past the goaltender, who has not yet got across to cover the empty side of the net. And the Colts have themselves a lead in this one, 1-0. As this play moves up the ice, watch the right side of the screen. You're going to see Jackson enter the screen with number 9 from Ridge skating over and slashing him in the back of the legs, and that's well behind the play. And luckily they had the 4-referee system, because the ref behind the play saw that and is going to send him to the box for slashing it. So here are the Colts on the power play. Watch Richard in the middle. He's going to back in towards the front of the net. He gets hauled down there, and the stick gets caught up in his leg. So that defender is without a stick. The other defender, though, is going to skate over and look like he's going to pick it up, which of course would be a penalty and would put the Colts up 5-on-3. But as he's about to pick it up, I think he remembers that he's not allowed to do that and just avoids taking that penalty there. And maybe they could have used that second power play because they could not generate any offense on that power play attempt. And then a little bit later, here's Arjun down low. He gets his elbow up high when he checks that player. And that's going to be a head contact penalty to Arjun. And it's going to send Ridge to the power play looking to tie this game up. Pass into the middle of the ice, and they're going to work it around back out to the point here. This point shot's going to be tipped just wide past the post, and it's not going to go in, and so the Colts are going to escape to the second period, still up 1-0. Power play does continue, though. Here's Ridge on the right side. Wrist shot in, then Nate stops. There's a rebound. He stops that as well, and they're hacking away at it over and over, and eventually Nate covers it up, and so that penalty is going to end. It's going to remain 1-0. And off this neutral zone faceoff, Jackson Mumm is going to attack on the forecheck, sweeping stick in there, steal the puck, pull it around the goaltender, and slide it home. And the Colts have doubled their lead. It's now 2-0. So an excellent forecheck effort there. The player did fan on it a bit, but Jackson was able to sweep it away, and then the goaltender was frozen to the ice, and he slides it home. Now here's a good defensive play by the Colts. Here's that Rustler trying to come in off the draw, and a nice strong stick there from Nathan prevents that shot from happening. Now we see Max send this play out of his own zone, and then he's going to go hard to the net here as it eventually ends up on Tyler's stick. And he slides into the goalie just as Tyler is shooting, and that had a chance to go in if Tyler had it up in the air, although it may have gotten called back for goaltender interference. There's a puck battle along the wall in the Colts zone now. Tyler's going to reverse that behind the net. Number 10 is going to come in hard and slam him into the wall quite a bit after the puck had been reversed. That maybe could have been interference, but the referee's going to call it boarding instead. So the Colts are going to head back to the power play looking to get themselves a 3-goal lead in this game. And while they're on this power play, watch Jackson Davis go to the front of the net on that point shot, and he actually gets mugged on his way there. A fist to the back of the head, pushing him down the ice, but it's not going to be a penalty for Ridge. Power play continues, and after that happened, watch in front. Noah battling hard in front to gain position. A good battle so far with the Ridge defender. He's going to end up along the wall and then come back to the front of the net and re-engage with that defender. It's just a good battle, and as he does, his stick comes up, but it doesn't touch anything. It actually hits the Ridge defender's stick, and the Ridge defender's stick goes into his own face, but the referee is going to interpret that as a high stick by Noah in front and give him the penalty for it, and that's going to take the Colts off the power play. So eventually we're back to 5-on-5. Colts entering the zone. This pass out front to Mack is going to be out of his reach. That's going to allow the Ridge defender to bounce this off the wall to a player in behind the defense. He's on a breakaway. Orson's coming in, avoids getting the hooking penalty there. Then Bryson has a chance to clear it, but instead he clears it right into the Ridge player's pads, who then jams his stick into the covered puck and then rakes his glove and stick across the back of Nate's head. So Ridge player there lucky to get away with no call, and rightfully a response there by the Colts defenders. So here's the puck deep in the Colts zone, and a nice read from Jackson Davis there to poke the puck out to center, turn this into a 2-on-1. He's got Jackson Mumm with him. He elects to shoot. There's a rebound. He goes hard into the wall, and then that defender that's with Jackson Mumm gives him one little shove there. And as the scrum continues, there's another shove and a glove to the face. The referee's standing there watching the whole thing, and he's going to give that Ridge player a head contact penalty. So you can see why this Ridge team is the most penalized in the league and has the number of suspensions they do. And then also watch, while this player is in there, he nearly shuts his own stick into the door, breaking it. Then he's going to cross-check the door and slash it, and the referee's going to say that's enough of that and give him a 10-minute unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. So the Colts are now to the power play. Right in front, I think that's Jackson Davis there, and he's going to take a big cross-check again in front of the net, get knocked down. The play's going to continue. There's the point shot. It's going to bounce right out to Richard, who sweeps it on net. Goaltender makes a save. The puck is still live. Jackson Mumm has it, and the goalie has to dive across and swallow that up. So crazy sequence there, and a couple nice saves by the Ridge goalie to keep it 2-0. So as the power play continues, Jackson continues to battle front. Watch right here. He's going to have the stick just slashed right out of his hand. That player's going to come down from high above his head and slash the stick right out of his hand. No penalty, though. So then the other defender comes in, knocks Jackson down. And then right there, he's got his foot behind his leg, kind of a slew foot motion. And when he does that, Jackson's stick comes down across the player's back. And despite everything that was happening to him in front of the net, the referee is going to deem him to be the one that's worthy of a penalty and send him to the box for cross-checking. And into the third period, with play back to 5-on-5. You see Arjun along the left wall. It's in behind Shauna's hair there. And he gets his stick or hands up into the face of the player who was trying to check him. So that's going to be a delayed call here as Ridge moves the puck up the ice. Nice block in front there by Nathan, but eventually the Colts are going to touch it, and Arjun's going to go to the penalty box for head contact, sending Ridge to the power play, down by 2. Here they are winding up in their own zone with the puck. They're going to evade that forechecker nicely there and skate the puck up through the middle, deking everybody out. First one, then another. Then the shot goes low on the short side. And an excellent effort there where that player undressed 3 Colts players individually, and then 4th if you count the goaltender with the shot. And we have a 2-1 game. Ridge pressing, trying to tie this up. Here they come in on the right side. Rebound off the blocker, and Nate goes across to save it and stumbles and falls out of the net, but luckily that shot goes wide on the far side. Mac with the turnover in the neutral zone, up the ice, and a big slash there from the Ridge player down across his hands, uncalled. But this return tap here up high along the arm of that Ridge player is going to get called slashing, so that's quite the range of standard there from the referee between those 2 slashes. One, I think, was clearly worse than the other. But on the penalty kill, here comes Leo down the left side, battling hard along the wall. He out battles that player for the puck. Now he's 1-on-3 down low. And Seth, just joining the play from the bench, fails to recognize how low Leo is and comes down too low himself, allowing this easy breakout by the Ridge team. And then it's a shot from the ringette line that's up over the shoulder of Nate. And the Rustlers have 2 power play goals here in this third period to tie the game. Colts looking to come back and get the lead again. Here comes Seth down the right side, looking to bounce back from that penalty kill. Puts a shot on that rebound right out front. Leo gets it, and he can't get it through the defenders, and it gets blocked. Here's Seth again. This time he's going to find Mac coming off the bench. He's going to pick that up nicely, pull it to the backhand. He had some space up high, but he misses on the short side. It's now Ridge looking to take the lead. There's a nice reversal by Knox that gets through Bryson's stick. The Ridge player throws it out front. It's quickly directed on net, but Nate seals it up, keeps it out. So now we're back at the other end. Here's Noah, whips it around on net. It bounces off the glass right out front to Leo, and he swings at it in the air, just misses the attempt in the air to bat that past the goaltender. It remains 2-2. Here Noah blocks a shot to create a rush attempt the other way. His pass in the middle is deflected by the Ridge defender, and that ends up getting bounced off the wall. This player slips in behind Orson. He's got a semi-breakaway, but a nice defensive play there by Bryson to poke the puck off. And then as this player is gunning out front with the puck again, another nice defensive play, this time by Noah to get a stick on that one and have it deflect off harmlessly into the corner. Third period is winding down in this game. Both teams desperate to find the winning goal. Ridge defender, nice move on Knox, turned it to 2-on-1, passes it across, directing it towards the empty net. It hits Nate, bounces out to this player, tries to whip it in, and then a nice deflection there by Richard to put that over the glass. You'll see on the replay here, the Ridge player was actually going to miss the net with that shot, but there was definitely a chance of it bouncing in off Nate and into the net if he did not play that well. And he did manage to deflect it the right way. Here's Ridge, deep in their own end. This player's going to fan on it, and then Seth picks it up and throws it on net. With, as you can see on the clock, just a minute left in this game, but a big save by the Ridge goalie there and a great chance by the Colts to get the winning goal. Play continued. Only a few seconds left. Ridge again deep in their own zone, and again they mess up. That's going to pass. It hits Jackson. He throws it up front to Tyler, who whips it up over the crossbar on the short side. Another excellent chance, 2 in a row. Play is still continuing. Tyler has it below the net. It's going to get thrown out to Knox. It gets put out to the point, a slap shot from Nathan, and a save from the goaltender. So a flurry by the Colts at the end of the game to try to get a victory out of this, but they're going to have to settle for the tie. So we'll have a look at the stats for this game. Seth and Jackson Mum, the goal scorers for the Colts. Nate having 20 saves on 22 shots in net. And the downfall for the Colts being those 2 power play goals they gave up in the third. Let's have a look at the overall stats now. Jackson Anderson remaining at the top. Jackson Mum moving a little bit closer with that goal here today. Seth now firmly entrenched in third place. We'll have a look at the current standings now. The Colts remaining in 6th place. 3 wins, 4 losses, and 4 ties now on the season. 40% of their games ending in a tie thus far. A lot of those games they also led in the third period. But 3 games left until Christmas. Let's have a look at what they are. Road games in Chilliwack and Abbotsford and a home game against Port Moody. And we'll be there for all of them. We'll see you then, folks.